This is Godzilla pre-workout. If you want to drink this, you can be like a strong daddy, and then Daddy will put this picture on this board.
Jim Dad Reviews. Today we have a review for Godzilla pre-workout. No, this is not the Godzilla by Rise Nutrition. This is the underground version of Rise Nutrition. It just says villain series on the side. They have a website too, I saw as well. We'll see how this baby hits, but we'll get into the label. But on label, if this thing's half as good as what it says, we should be in for a real treat. And this Godzilla pre-workout, which is sweet labeling too. Gotta admire that for a second. I was trying to find a review out for this one, but I kept rising into the Rise Nutrition one. I'm like, no, that's the Vitamin Shop GNC brand Rise Nutrition Godzilla pre-workout. We're looking for the underground bunker style Rise Nutrition or Godzilla pre-workout here. So the grammage on this is 11 grams. I love the way that they don't mess around with decimals on the label. Literally everything is in flat grams. You might hear some wrestling around in the background. I got my kid in here playing on the floor. So we'll do a flat level. 11.78, so fairly accurate. I love it when they're a little bit on the high side too. Let me get my water bottle. There it is. Got the transparent shaker bottle for you guys. See, real quick here. Let me grab my son. Oh, this is what father-son bonding's all about. You can see he loves to play in the daddy's protein or pre-workout boxes, supplement boxes after we get them. Say hi to the people out there, Hayes. Yeah, there we go. You go back to your plane. This one even had peanuts in it. Those packaging peanuts, so he's got a chance to play with that. Having a good time, aren't we, buddy? Doing some reviews. All right. Psycho Pharma, man. Edge of Insanity. I didn't have my shaker bottle because it was still back at my previous house, but they have some pretty sweet shaker bottles. By far, it's like bigger and stronger than and it's just, there's no gimmicks to it. It doesn't leak. It's got a cool little like mixer top thing too. That's not, I hate the balls. You lose them. They're a pain in the ass. I like it when there's just like a little top piece. It's got a really cool one. Let's see how this one tastes. Oh man, this one, you guys, if any of you guys pull the trigger on this, we'll see how the effects are, but it is a good one for summer. At least this vanilla berry. It's very light. It kind of reminds me of like when you buy a shaved ice at those gas station, Gibson shaved ice or something like Kona ice. It's got this like, it's like the last bit, last like 20% of your slushy, when it's kind of melted at the bottom. It's a little mix of the syrup, then also some of the water, and it's kind of lighter. That's exactly what it reminds me of. Like, I'm going to give this thing a 10 when we get to the scoring. I like it because it's light. It's not like too overpowering. I don't want something feeling like I'm drinking a liquid candy bar, like Ghost energy drinks or something like that. Like, they're so tasty, but at the same time, it's like so much. You're just like, it's going to destroy my stomach. This one is perfect on the flavoring system. But anyway, so weigh in level scoop was 0.7 over the grammage. And to reiterate, this is not Rise Nutrition. If you're on this web, this is a Stim Junkie review right here. You're gonna want to click over to some GNC bullshit mainstream site to get the Godzilla by Rise Nutrition. But we're only doing underground ones here. So this is the villain series, right? Godzilla pre-workout. So all you Rise fans out there, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but go ahead and click off. And I want those Rise fans. It's not a bad pre-workout at all, but we're trying to find these low-key hitters. But let's check out the effects. Jim Dad Fitness. Today we have Godzilla Villain Series, effects, label breakdown, and overall conclusion on this baby. So as you saw from the taste test, taste was unbelievable. Like I said, felt like the bottom of a melted snow cone, and but that's just the taste. So sometimes something tastes so damn good, I'm a little skeptical. And I was thinking about it more. It kind of reminds me of if you guys ever had, I think it's like JNX supplements. It's the Curse. We've all seen that pre-workout before. I feel like it's a lot of people's like first pre's they ever tried with the skull on the front. Reminded me of the Blue Raz Curse kind of vibe for that one. The flavor is actually villain berry, so imagine the blue raspberry type thing. But now time to go into the label. And the first thing I thought, I'll put it up on the screen, but this one kind of looks like if you've probably seen like gimmicky type pre-workouts, especially like local sup shops that you've never seen before, where like the label is so like out there, where it just like blatantly says DMMA. It's got a really attractive front cover. It almost kind of looks like too good to be true. And that's the kind of vibe I got with this pre-workout. So I was a little skeptical, but the way this thing breaks down and just the freaking look of that thing, I knew I had to give it a try. I also love, and as a accountant that always likes to deal with whole numbers, we always round this shit. We never deal with decimal points and things like that because it's not material. And I love the fact that they just went ahead and rounded everything to the whole number here. No points, no 0.23s, no 0.4s, no MC squared motherfuckers here. This is all straight rounding. And for let's get into the breakdown here. So we have 11 grams. I think like a flat scoop was around like 12-ish, maybe. It was like, I'll put it up on the screen when I do the weigh-in, but it's pretty damn close. It's within a gram, and I'll get to the effects, but you'll be fine even if you round this baby out. You got citrulline malate at 4 grams. You got betaine at 3 grams. Beta alanine, 3 grams. Caffeine anhydrous. Oh, no, it's not the 3.2. Oh, my God. It's like, who really gives a shit there? So we're going to get a flat 3. It could be in there, it could not. We don't know. If people putting shit like this on the label, we have no idea how it's going to feel here. And then caffeine at 475 milligrams. I was actually kind of caught off guard. I honestly didn't even look at the caffeine breakdown. My eyes went straight to the DMHA, DMAA, amp citrate, which we're going to get to in a second. I was thinking it was 400. This is actually the first time I've even read that. And then decaffeine malate, that's the slower hitting caffeine at 30 milligrams. And then we have the fun stuff here. It literally says DMMA, DMHA blend. Like nothing, not trying to hide anything. Amp citrate, that's a DMBA at 250 milligrams. Then we have DMHA at 200 milligrams, DMAA at 80 milligrams, black pepper extract to help it all absorb, and then yohimbine HCl at 2 milligrams. So that's not the alpha yo. It's going to add a little sense of urgency, but shouldn't be as much side effects as the alpha yo. It's not going to be as much of a slap either. It's just like a little bit lighter on it, but still help out the sense of urgency. All right, let's get into the effects of this one. So overall, took this drink. I've ran this thing 3 times now. I took it 2 days in a row, and they're like, "Oh man, he's taking DMBA pre-workout 2 days in a row. He's not supposed to do that." Well, I did that because you build the tolerance to DMBA really quick, and so I wanted to see how if it like felt if I could feel a difference that second day and from the first day, and really see if like the DMBA is in there or not. And I'll give you my thoughts on what's all in here and the breakdown and the experience. But took this thing. It's about a classic pre-workout. It doesn't slap right away. Kind of like it comes in how the label you would expect it to. Like you take the drink within 15 to 20, you start feeling the caffeine energy. It didn't feel like 475 milligrams to me. Like even rounding this scoop out, it was feeling like a nice solid like 350 to 400. To be honest, like everything on this label just doesn't make sense to me. And there's some things that do and some that don't, but the quantities don't make sense to me. For instance, like the amp citrate at 250 milligrams DMHA, I yeah, the overall conclusion on this one is there's something going on in here because you get that energy kick at the 30 to 40 minute mark, and then there's this euphoric element that kind of comes in later and keeps on building. So I know it's not just the caffeine, but it doesn't feel it. You kind of get like a little bit of a bubble, but not much. Like that DMAA, like tunnel vision, focused in, in another dimension level, and Yeah, everything on here, it feels like it may be in here, just less of what it's saying. Personally, I don't think there's DMA in here. I think there's definitely, like, this isn't just like caffeine flavored water. There's definitely some mood elevation going on in here. It's not over the top. It's not crazy. I wouldn't compare it to like a Kill Switch or like a Aventador type vibe. The closest thing I can compare this Godzilla Pre to is Conqueror, and by Pillager, the one that Pillager's little bro, the more gentle bro, be it in Toxic Masculinity series. I definitely think there's the MBA in here because that second day I ran this thing, I barely felt it, and I think that there's a nice strong dose of DMBA, and then there's some DMHA, but I don't. It doesn't feel like 200, and if it is 200, it's not the best source. There's definitely like a euphoric element to it, and I just don't. There's definitely no DMA in here. I felt none of that bubble action, and if there is, it's so low that it's not apparent. And do I like this pre? Would you be disappointed if you'd buy it? No, I mean the thing with this Godzilla, where they went wrong is they set the standard and the expectations way too damn high. I mean, the label's freaking badass. I'll give it to them. The image on the label, but the label itself reads like this thing should feel like a kill switch, like in that kind of realm. I feel like if it was labeled more in the lines with like a Conqueror, they would have set the expectations at a reasonable level, and I'll be just absolutely raving about this pre. But they built up the freaking hype with the label and how juicy this thing is so much that like they made expectations to a level that almost damn near impossible to reach. And so overall, Euphoria was great. Like I said, every single time I took it, it kicked in around the 30 to 45-minute mark, and it kept building. It built throughout the workout. There's not really a crazy sense of urgency at all. It doesn't really slap, especially for something with 475 milligrams of caffeine. I thought it would hit just a tad bit harder, even with no alpha yohimbine. I still had a very productive workout every single day. It was a great workout. You won't be disappointed if you buy this one. I think that for the label and for the price level, there's probably some other ones you could probably pull the trigger on instead. But like if you want to give this thing a shot, and maybe it's just me, maybe I just didn't hit right for me, like a kill switch type thing. How some people's they really smack well and some don't. But is this thing absolutely bunk? No, I think it's still a damn good pre. I think it's still got some illicits going on in there. It definitely, with that second day I took it, how I felt like hardly anything makes me think there's for sure some DMBA in here. There must be like some sort of DMBA shipment that made it in, because I feel like there's been a lot of DMBA pre's that have hit the market lately, and they've all seemed to hit pretty well on that spectrum. But the only problem with that is we grow tolerance much quicker. And I feel like I've seen people say you almost need to space it, like within, like I've seen people say a couple days to up to 10 days. It's like everyone thinks there's some sort of scientist that gives you the DMBA breakdown. I've mentioned this a lot. You got to eventually just got to be the fucking research, not take some guy's opinion on Reddit and just do it yourself and see if you feel it. Take it one day, take it a couple days off, and then try it again, see if you feel it. If you don't, spread it out a little bit more. You do it yourself. Everyone's bodies are different and they react to these ingredients different. But overall, kind of how I'll put this thing on a scale. So just putting the label to the side, because the label set this thing up way too high for me, and I'm just going to grade it on the overall effects, not what the label is to the effects, but the overall, like, for Euphoria, it was a solid 8. It was a good 8, and pumps were pretty decent too, like a 6.57. Energy was like, uh, I'm gonna give it a 7, because for as much caffeine as it had in there, I thought this thing would like get me rolling a little bit more. I mean, I took I don't think I have it with me right now, is Carnage. It's a non-stimulant pre-workout yesterday, and that one has less caffeine on label. I think like a gram of alpha yohimbine. I'll be reviewing that here soon, but it's no illicits. And that thing, like, I felt like gave me more of an energy boost than this. But this definitely gave me more euphoric element than the Carnage did. So I definitely think this is not just caffeine water. Euphoria is definitely up there in that 8 kind of range, and sense of urgency could be a little better. Just raw energy could be like 7s and 7s there. But it's a damn good pre. Like, if you can get it at a solid price, it's worth a shot to see if maybe it might just be me. I mean, I was a little skeptical in making this review because I got this one from Sup Central. Shout out to those guys for getting it to me quick. I saw that thing, I wanted to review it before other people got to it, Every time I YouTubed it and looked for someone else that has reviewed the Godzilla Pre, it was always the Rise Nutrition one. So who knows? Maybe TJ from Fitness Deals News will jump out there and say this one freaking kicks ass, and I'll look like look like I don't know what I'm talking about. But I got a little like spooked out. I was like, maybe I should hold on my review, wait and see what TJ says, and then do my review. But no, fuck that. At the end of the day, you just got to be yourself and be true to your own opinion and thoughts, and not listen to what other people say and just mimic. Otherwise, we just become copycat reviewers and just repeat whatever the big person up top's saying because we're too scared to have our own damn opinion. So I'm just going to give it to you guys straight and how I felt about this pre. You're not going to be pissed off if you buy it, but don't go coming into this thing expecting you're going to get every single thing they say on that label. It's an interesting one, definitely worth one. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm actually okay with buying it because it's going to look great on the board back here with that sticker, that Godzilla sticker we got going on there. So I'm not disappointed. I'll probably run this thing some more on like days when I want to have a little bit of a buzz. But like I'm not gonna like not take a DMAA pre-workout because I have a few pre-workouts that I think there actually is some DMA in, some I can't actually review. I've talked to the owner of the third party, and it feels best to keep it low profile, and so like it's not going to stop me from running those the same day, same week I run this bad boy, because I am 99.9% sure there's maybe 10 to 15 grams, maybe they sprinkled a little bit in there on top, but for claiming 80 milligrams, definitely not in there in my personal opinion. But overall, Godzilla pre-workout, you won't be disappointed for your money. There's probably a few better ones out there. If you've already got the kill switch, you've already got the Aventador. It doesn't have that illicit feel, obviously, of like a Smash AMF, a Firestorm. I'm going to run some Coco Labs products, but I assume it's not going to hit or feel like those ones. I actually got them in the background here. Just might as well throw them in the shot here just to see what's coming down the pipeline here. Got all this stuff here that we'll do. And anyway, overall conclusion, like I said, you won't be disappointed. It set a bar way too damn high for my personal opinion, but still, I'm happy with it, and I'll keep running it. I'll keep it in my arsenal. It's not like it's going to just slide to the back of the storage facility, never be used again in my pre-workout stash and inventory. So overall, Godzilla pre-workout, it's a personal opinion. It's maybe this thing will hit right for you, but for me, yeah, it was decent. It was decent, and Fornius will give his thoughts on it as well. And actually, he'll probably have. I'm recording this before Fornius, so I have no freaking clue what he's gonna think. But I'll probably put his before mine, and then run into it. And he might think this one's a hitter, or he might agree. But anyway, that's what it's all about. This pre-workout industry is all about having your own damn opinion. It's not a right and wrong answer. So Gym Dad Fitness, like and subscribe. We'll keep pumping these reviews out. We're gonna keep these babies honest and transparent as possible. If you do want to give this thing a try, check out Sub Central. Those guys are freaking awesome. I got this hitter right there that I'm sure you guys saw TJ. Actually, I shouldn't call this a hitter. We don't know yet. We'll find out because I even freaking busted the label off of it. Got that one from Sub Central. Got my M2 from Sub Central. Oh, here it is right here. And I ran this daily driver yesterday, the Carnage. And like I was saying, the Carnage, I felt like I had more caffeine rush, sense of urgency than I did on Godzilla. And I think it's worth noting that I don't drink any caffeine whatsoever throughout the day. In the morning time, I drink a paraxanthine energy drink, which if you guys ever watched my BH2K review or my update energy drink review, paraxanthine is a caffeine metabolite. So I do that so these pre's can really kick in well, and I can tell you the overall effects. Not really any beta alanine tingles whatsoever. Another thing to mention with this one. But yeah, that's it. That's all we got. Like and subscribe. Definitely check out Sub Central if you want to give this one a run, and check out them for all these other great freaking products too. Those guys got these babies to me really quick, and I'm pumped up to run all those ones, and I also pumped up to run my one straight from Europe in the Cross the Limits order. But Gym Dad Fitness, we'll see you guys later. I'm out.